Okay, good morning to all of you. I welcomes to all in our lecture series on mechanics, which is your core paper 2, and we are discussing the unit 4. The topic is oscillations, and this is our lecture number 7. Lecture number 7. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about damped harmonic oscillator. So, what is called the damped harmonic oscillator? A harmonic oscillator which oscillates in a resistive medium is called DHO. Here in short I written for damped harmonic oscillator is DHO. So in this case, in this DHO, the amplitude of oscillation gradually decreases. This happens due to damping or frictional force which is proportional to the velocity of the body but opposing the direction of motion. So the damping is exist or can be induced or inducing due to frictional force, which is represented by F subscript D, and this frictional force is proportional to the velocity of the body but opposing the direction of the motion. So how it is, I am going to give you one example. You just watch it. See, this is an oscillator which is at rest at its mean position. Okay, now I am going to oscillate this oscillator. What is going to happen? See, now it oscillates about its mean position. We can watch one thing, that it will oscillate and oscillate. After some times it will come to the rest. Why it will come to the rest? Because due to resistive nature of the surrounding or air medium and the resistance opposed by the hanger. Here you can see, here also this oscillator getting some resistive force, and due to this resistive force, the initial amplitude in which it is oscillates, that amplitude gradually decreases, and this oscillator is going to be rest. That resistive force always be proportional to the velocity. How much velocity will be increased? Suppose I am going to be consider this much amplitude, and it has this much velocity. If I am going to consider larger amplitude, so larger velocity, and this velocity, or due to this motion, whatever the velocity we can get, that velocity is proportional to that force. That means that resistive force always proportional to the velocity but opposing the direction of motion. Suppose it is moving this direction from right to left, but force is proportional to the velocity, but it is direction is from left to right. Force direction left to right, the particle oscillating from right to left, like that. So this is called as the so-called damping oscillation, due to this frictional force, the amplitude of this oscillation gradually is going to decrease. You can mark this amplitude. I am going to show you. Wait. Suppose this is the mark, and we are going to be taken as this is the initial amplitude. Okay, and you can just watch that this amplitude is going to gradually decreases with time. Okay, so here we can observe that the initial amplitude is gradually decreases and it will come to the finally at rest. So this is nothing but your damped harmonic oscillator, in which damping or frictional force is proportional to the velocity and opposing the direction of the motion. So previously we know that for any oscillation, the inducing restoring force is proportional to the x but in the opposite direction. This is for our simple harmonic oscillator. That means here there is no decrease of amplitude we are going to be consider, or there is no resistive force we are going to be consider. But in case of DHO, damped harmonic oscillator, we are considering a resistive medium due to which a damping force is come into the picture, which is proportional to the velocity but opposing the direction of motion. So only for that it is negative. So two forces we are going to be consider for damped harmonic oscillator. Then we are going to be write the differential equation of DHO. Okay, that things here I am written in the note. You just watch carefully and you pause the video, write down the note. So here I written that force which is proportional to the velocity of the body but opposing the direction of motion, and this is represented by FD. Damping force is proportional to minus velocity. Okay, let a body of mass m oscillates under the restoring force Fr, that is minus kx. Under the restoring force in bracket Fr, value is minus kx, whatever we discussed, where this is written as where, correct it. Okay, where x is the displacement and k is the spring constant, hence its velocity will be dx by dt. But in case of damping, the damping or frictional force mathematically can be written as what? Now you just write now because already we told that not what here now, you just write now. Now in case of damping, the damping or frictional force mathematically be written as Fd is proportional to minus dx by dt, because here dx by dt as considered as velocity, because if x is the displacement, obviously change of rate of change of its displacement will be called as the velocity, and Fd is written as equal to minus gamma dx by dt. So here two forces act on the oscillator, one due to a restoring force, that is minus kx, another one due to the damping force, the value we found minus gamma dx by dt. Okay, and here gamma is one of the constant which is related to the damping. Now if we have to consider the Newton's second law, the equation of motion for damped harmonic oscillator will be ma equal to the total force. This is the force has to be equivalent to the total force acts on the DHM, damped harmonic oscillator. One is due to restoring force another, this one is due to damping. So left hand side can be represented by m d square x by dt square, because a can be written as d square x by dt square is equal to minus kx minus gamma dx by dt, or m d square x by dt square plus gamma dx by dt plus kx equal to 0. That implies d square x by dt square plus, here m is divided in each term, so gamma by m dx by dt, k by m, x equal to 0. Let it is equation number 1. Gamma by m further considered as 2b. For simplification of this differential equation, conventionally we have been taken as gamma by m equal to 2b. Here b is your damping constant, b is damping constant. So here gamma also, the constant whatever I told, gamma constant related to your damping. So here b is called as damping constant. K by m is equal to omega square. Here omega is your natural frequency of oscillation, angular frequency of the oscillation. Let this is your equation number 2 and this is your equation number 3. Now we have to put equation number 2 and 3 in equation number 1. What we are going to get? See, this will be d square x by dt square plus, here gamma by m is going to be put by 2b dx by dt, k by m is going to be considered as omega square x equal to 0. Let it is equation number 4. This equation is known as differential equation of DHO, your damped harmonic oscillator. Now we have to find out the general solution of this differential equation. The equation 4 can be written in the form auxiliary equation, in the form of auxiliary equation, that is, here d by dt, I told that d by dt will be considered as, for auxiliary equation d by dt will be considered as m. So here d square x by dt square will be considered as ma square plus 2mb plus omega square whole into x equal to 0. X could not be 0, so this term is going to be 0. And this is the standard procedure to find out the solution of the second order differential equation. In detail you are going to be study in your mathematical physics paper or in your mathematics. So if we have a differential equation having constant coefficients, then this can be solved by considering auxiliary equation. So auxiliary equation of this equation number 4 is m square plus 2bm plus omega square will be equal to 0. Let it is equation number 5. So these things no need to write, that is x and all. Into x no need to write. The auxiliary equation will be m square plus 2m plus omega square equal to 0. Let it is equation number 5. So equation number 5 is a quadratic equation. So the two roots of this equation will be how much? One is alpha 1 will be minus b, that will be minus 2b plus b square, means 4b square minus 4 into a into c. 4 into a here is 1 into c is omega square. So minus 4 omega square by whole divided by 2. So that equal to minus b plus b square minus omega square root over. Let it is equation number 6. Likewise another root will be minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. So here minus b means minus 2b minus 4b square minus 4 omega square root over is equal whole divided by 2a. 2a means here a is 1, so 2. So minus b square minus omega square root over, let it is equation number 7. So here we got the two roots. One is minus b plus b square minus omega square root over, and another is minus b square minus omega square root over. So the general, since the two roots we got, the two solutions here I written, no problem. Since two roots we got, the two possible acceptable solutions are the two possible possible acceptable solutions are, one is x1 will be equal to e to the power alpha 1 into t, alpha 1 is equal to minus b plus b square minus omega square root over, I forgot to write, root over into t, and another one is x2 equal to e to the power minus b plus b square minus omega square root over into whole t. These two solutions are linearly independent with each other because Wronskian is not equal to 0. So here the Wronskian means x1, x2, this value is x1, this value is x2, and x1 dash, x2 dash. Here x1 dash means dx1 by dt. Likewise x2 dash means dx2 by dt. So if not 0, then we can say that these two solutions are linearly independent. You can check in your rough that you are going to get the non-zero value. So hence these two solutions are linearly independent with each other. So the general solution will be how much? The linear combination of the two acceptable solutions. So the linear combinations will be a x1 plus b x2, or that implies xt equal to a into e to the power minus b plus b square minus omega square root over into t plus b into e to the power minus b minus omega square b square minus omega square whole into t. So this is our general solution of the differential equation of DHO. Here a and b are two arbitrary constants. Let this is equation number 8. Okay, this is equation number 8. Now a and b are two arbitrary constants can be calculated from initial conditions. So this initial condition, the initial condition we have to use, and we have to find out the value of a and b. So what will be the initial condition? Let at time t equal 0, x is equal to a, the maximum displacement called as the amplitude. That means the oscillation starts from the highest amplitude. Suppose this is its highest amplitude. So this oscillation is going to start from here. If I will leave from here, it will oscillate like this. And let this one condition we are considering, that let at t equal to 0, the position of the pendulum at maximum displacement, that is a, x equal to a. Then what we are going to get? So at time t equal to 0, we consider that x is equal to a, means at maximum amplitude. Then equation number 8, here x value is a, okay. Here t value we are going to consider 0, e to the power 0 will be 1, only a will be remaining, like that. E to the power 0 means 1, so plus b. So we got, by considering this condition, a equal to a plus b. Here a is the amplitude, okay. Let it is equation number 9. Now at maximum displacement, velocity is 0. Okay, because when we are going to be start or at the maximum displacement, always we know that at the maximum displacement velocity is going to be 0, otherwise it could not be come back. Again I am going to show you. See, suppose this is your equilibrium position, so it starts oscillates from here. Okay, it starts oscillates from the highest position. So at time t equal to 0, it starts from highest amplitude, it starts oscillates. See, this is the highest position. If here the velocity is not going to be 0, this oscillator could not be moved backward. So at the highest position its velocity is going to be 0, only for that it is returns back. Okay, so mathematically we can write at t equal to 0, dx by dt equal to 0. Now we have to consider the first derivative of the equation number 8. So from the equation number 8, that means we have to consider the first derivative first. The first derivative of this equation number 8 will be how much? A into minus b plus b square minus omega square root over into exponent of this one, already it is there, and this one, and plus b into see this one, minus b square minus omega square into t, so it will be minus b square minus omega square into e to the power minus b square minus omega square root over into t. So this is the first derivative of equation number 8. But here we consider that dx by dt will be 0 at t equal to 0. Now this left hand side will be 0, and we have to consider again here t equal to 0. If t equal to 0, this term will be 1, this term is going to be 1. So 0 will be equal to a into this much plus b into this much. Next page I have been written those things. See, that implies 0 equal to a into minus b plus b square minus omega square root over plus b into minus b square minus omega square root over is equal to, here you can see, minus b a minus b into b. So minus b can be taken common, so a plus b plus likewise a into b square minus omega square, this is plus b into minus b square minus omega square root over. So we can take common b square minus omega square root over, we can get a minus b equal to 0, right? Now here a plus b already we found equal to a, that is your highest amplitude. In your equation number 9 we found a plus b equal to a. Now I am going to substitute over there that minus b into a plus b square minus omega square root over into a minus b equal to 0. That implies b square minus omega square root over into a minus b equal to ba. That implies a minus b will be equal to ba by b square minus omega square root over. Let it is equation number 10. Now we have to add equation number 9 and 10. What we are going to get? See, this is your equation number 9, right? That is a plus b equal to a. Here this is your equation number 10, a minus b equal to this much. So if I am going to add, then left hand side will be a plus b plus a minus b, so bb is going to be cancelled. Right hand side will be how much? This is a plus this one, a plus this one, a plus ba by b square minus omega square root over. So here b got cancelled. We can found 2a will be equal to, we can take common a, then we can found 1 plus b by b square. One step I have been removed here. You can see, you can also know about that. See, here a plus a will be equal to how much? 2a will be equal to this much, or we can write a into 1 plus b by b square minus omega square root over. Okay, so that implies a will be equal to a by 2. Here 2 is divided over to the right hand side, So a by 2 into 1 plus b by b square minus omega square. Okay, so this step here I not written, no need to be write. This is the simple step, no need to write in the note. So here we got a equal to this much, let it is equation number how much, 11. Okay, now we have to subtract equation number 10 from 9. What we are going to get? See, this is your equation number 9, that is a plus b. Actually here you just write a plus b equal to a. Okay, no problem, is 9. This is our equation number 9, a plus b equal to a, and this is our equation number 10, a minus b equal to this much. So what we have to do, by subtracting 10 from 9, so it will be a plus b minus, this will be minus a plus b, minus a plus b is equal to, right hand side will be a, this is a minus, this is a minus this much, ba by b square minus omega square root over. So a minus ba by b square minus omega square root over, right? So here a got cancelled, we can found 2b equal to a minus ba by b square minus omega square. So that implies it will be a can be taken outside, mistakenly I written, it will be a by 2 into 1 minus b by b square minus omega square root over. Let it is equation number 12. Okay, so in this way we found the value of a is this much, value of b is this much. Now we are going to be substitute the value of a and b in our general equation. We can found the general solution. We can found the standard form of the general solution of DHO. So this is the general solution of the DHO. Here a, b was unknown, but by considering these steps we found the a and b. Now we are going to be substitute over here and here the a value and b value respectively. So here the now substituting a and b value from equation number 11 and 12 in equation number 8 we found, see, in equation number 8 this is a into this much, so a we found is this much. Okay, sorry, a is this much we found. So what will be the general solution? General solution will be a by 2 into 1 plus b by b square minus omega square root over into e to the power minus b plus b square minus omega square root over into t plus, this is the value of b, this is the value of b, this is the value of a, b into this much. Okay, see, b into this much, instead of b how much we have to write? This much value, a by 2 1 minus b by b square minus omega square. So again we can simplify this step, that here you can see the a by 2 common term for this and this, and here e to the power minus bt, e to the power minus bt also common for both the terms. So those terms can be taken outside the bracket, so a by 2 into e to the minus bt, rest of the terms we can found 1 plus b by b square minus omega square root over into e to the power already taken outside b, e to the minus bt gone outside, so e to the b square minus omega square root over into t, and 1 plus b by b square minus omega square in root over into e to the minus b square minus omega square root over into t. So this is our the so called simplified general solution of the damped harmonic oscillator. Okay, so this solution will be tell about if B and omega is going to be vary with respect to time, then what will be the displacement with time. That means left hand side is represents the displacement with respect to time, but this displacement depends upon many factors. You can see depends upon the amplitude, depends upon the damping factor. This B means damping constant, or what I told, B is damping constant, yes, damping constant, and also omega. So here in the next class we are going to be discuss that if damping constant is going to be greater than that of the natural frequency, then what will be the situation for the DHO, and in the case 2 if both are equal, then what will be the situation, and what type of behavior. Situation means what type of behavior, how the oscillator is going to be behave, and if B, the damping, is less than that of the natural frequency, then what will be the behavior. So these things we are going to be discussed in our next class. So I suggest to all of you that go through this video. At 2-3 places I have been corrected the note. You just follow that one, correct your note, and ready for the next class. Thank you so much. Thank you.